So Carolyn, today what we've already done, we've done a pre-flight. What we're going to do is we're going to go back through and we're going to check our work.
Okay. Yeah.
So since we did it together, I want to make sure, again, there is nothing that we missed.
Right.
So we're going to turn on the master.
Okay. Yeah.
Master's on.
Yeah, I remember that one.
All of our lights come on.
Right.
So again, we're going to come out here. We're going to walk the tail. We'll walk the wing.
Okay.
Making sure these lights are on. Try not to look directly at the strobe, it's going to blind you.
I
All right.
did that last time.
And we're going to come over here. We're going to check our aileron.
Uh-huh.
We'll give it a little up. Again, we're going to come in here. We're going to give this a wiggle.
Yeah.
Does it look nice and tight?
Yes.
To me, it looks nice and tight.
Yes.
We make sure that the motion is good.
Right.
We got up and we got down. No obstructions, no hardness, no stiffness.
Right.
Feels nice. Now again, our flaps are down. So in order to get those down, we're going to need to go inside the cockpit again and put our flap switch down.
Right.
Look ahead.
Yep.
As you can see, this is coming down nice and smooth.
Uh-huh.
All right, it's full retraction.
Uh-huh.
Again, we're going to give it a wiggle. Feels nice and secure. We're looking at our pivot points and our connection points. Screw looks tight there. Everything looks good in here, no obstructions. Again, we're going to grab this, we're going to give it a wiggle. Nice and tight. The bolts and the nut is not moving.
Okay.
And again, we're going to come on this side. Give it a nice little wiggle. Everything looks nice and secure.
Right.
All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. Make sure this is locked. It is locked. We're going to check the tail, empennage. We have our antennas. We don't have antennas down below.
No.
So now we're going to make sure, again, our data plate is there.
Right, and that's the serial number. The data plate has the serial number.
We're going to give this a move.
Yes. And check the pins.
Yep, make sure our nuts and screws are there. You got yours?
I'll
give it a wiggle.
And yeah,
Perfect.
that's good.
All right, again, we're going to go
And
up
then,
the tail.
and this little thing is the one that creates all the
This-
sparks that we don't.
Yep, this is our static wick. So we want to make sure that those are on the plane.
Yes.
All right, those are going to discharge all of our electricity and our static electricity that we're going to create.
Okay.
So we have our VOR antenna. We have our beacon that is on and lit. We're going to pick the tail up on this side. Again, we have 2 cotter pins.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a cotter pin down below. We have a cotter pin inside here. I'll go ahead and pick that up again for you.
Yeah.
Verify we have what?
The cotter pin.
We have a cotter pin, and the castle nut is nice and tight.
Yes, it was tight.
No play.
Too.
Perfect.
Okay.
We'll bring the tail down.
And you told me to grab it by here last time, so
Yep.
don't grab
Try
it
not
by
to grab it
there.
by the trim tab.
Yep.
And again, we're going to check in here. We got a bolt here. We got a cotter pin here. We have another bolt and nut down there. So I'll give it a wiggle.
Yes.
Everything looks nice and tight.
Yes.
Cotter pin's in and secure.
Yeah.
We're going to run off the tail on this side. Again, we have 2 static wicks right there.
And
VOR antenna on this side looks great. And our static wick right here looks great. And we're going to look down below. We have our tail tie down, which is there. All of our nuts and rivets and everything look in place. Nice looking tail number there. Good paint job. And we're going to transition to this side. All right, so we're going to come over here. And we're going to give it a wiggle.
And
That was
it's
nice and
tight.
snug, yes.
Yes.
And that one has no wiggle at all,
Yeah.
right? So it's
Yeah.
nice and tight.
So I like this one better than the other van.
Honestly, this one, I've actually always had a wiggle in my
Yeah.
flaps. So this one's really nice and tight.
Really nice,
So I'll learn more about that as I go.
Okay.
And what we'll do, since we're already on this side and we watched that one go down, we're gonna watch this one go up.
This one go up, okay.
Watch your head. Everything looks good. No loud noises, no scratches, no Everything looks and sounds nice. All right, and then we're gonna move ourselves to the aileron on this side. And we're gonna come over here. One thing I didn't mention to you is we wanna always make sure, see these little things right here?
Yes.
These are weights.
Okay.
So these are required on Cessnas.
Oh,
We wanna make sure that these are here on each aileron.
Okay.
We have some over there as well.
okay.
So always make sure you're checking, make sure these are still there.
Okay.
Okay? And again, we're gonna come up here. Everything looks good because we're also checking all these nuts up in here as well.
Okay.
So everything looks good. We'll give this a wiggle. We see a slight wiggle, right? We can hear it audibly.
Yeah.
We also have these little straps right here. Make sure those are all nice and snug.
So question. Last time I didn't ask you, how much of a wiggle is too much of a wiggle?
Just you don't want it to be loose,
Okay.
right? If I can come over here and I can get it, what I'd like to do is it's painted,
Yeah.
right? If it doesn't look like the paint's broken,
Yeah.
it's not hasn't moved, obviously.
Got it. Yeah.
Cool.
Makes sense.
And then we have 3 attachment points for the airlock. So one's right here. You see those 4 screws with the hinge?
Yeah.
We have another one right over here. Those 4 screws with the hinge.
Right.
And then we have another one right here.
Well, there's that. Yes.
So again, same 4 screws
Same
with
4
a hinge.
screws with a hinge.
Just want to make sure that they're all there nice and snug.
Okay.
Then we can move our way to the front.
Okay.
What we will do, and we'll make sure we already have done, but again, we'll make sure we don't forget because we're going to look at our checklist.
Right.
We check our wheels.
Check our wheels. Yes.
We've already done that, so we're good on that. We don't have to get ourselves dirty and back down there again.
Yes. Nice.
All right, so now we're going to move our way to the front of the engine and to the airplane. So we're going to check our propeller. Give it a nice little rub, no burrs, anything, watch yourself. Sometimes there will be a burr and you might cut yourself. So go slow.
Okay.
Make sure and inspect the
That's
propeller.
happened to me before on other things.
Inspect the propeller, make sure it looks like there's no cracks, no visible cracks. We also want to check in here, make sure there's no obstructions to our air. And again, we have 2 lights here.
Yes.
Right? We have a taxi and a lane.
Yes.
So those are both illuminated. And then we're going to work our way to the front nose. So we're going to get down here. We're going to check our oleo strut. We've got 3 fingers, right? So if we have more than 3 fingers, we're great. If not, we may need to do some maintenance.
Okay.
So whether put something in it, like some more fluid or gas, basically fill it up. So we'll check that, make sure all of our nuts and our cotter pins and everything are all secure. So I'll do that again. Everything looks good. That looks tight. That looks tight. That looks tight. On this side we have a cotter pin. We have a cotter pin right here.
Yeah.
We have a cotter pin right here.
Make sure that they're all.
We always want to make sure we count.
Tight. Okay.
Because we have a cotter pin here too.
Yes.
All right. We check our fuel, our oil. We have a little dipstick right here again. Give it a turn. Pull it out. I'm gonna check our fluid level. Right now we are good.
Okay.
Cool. Give that back in. And we can't pull it out. Let's see.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And well, that completes our Preflight.
You're really a really good instructor.
Good.
Yeah.
And again.
And I love how thorough you are. Like you went over it twice. I got it on the first time, and you made sure that you went over it again. So I really appreciate that. Like you want to make sure that I don't have any holes in my knowledge, like I call it. So
Exactly.
thank
And
you
again,
so much.
what we're always going to do is we're going to reference the checklist.
Yes.
Anytime we're going through all these on the plane,
Yes.
we're going to be looking at our checklist,
Yes,
which we don't want to forget anything.
Right.
Like I said over there, we didn't check the wheel on this side, right? If we weren't following a checklist, we may actually miss that in
Right.
entirety.
Yes.
So again, we're following a checklist.
Yes. Right. This was our second 10 over. We're just
Exactly.
going over it again.
Exactly. Cool.
So,
All right. And then,
That is the keto to cover.
yeah, we'll make sure everything's off.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you, teacher. I am feeling very confident. I wasn't feeling this way this morning, but now that I have my first lesson and I've gotten to experience what Colton, how it is to be a student of Colton's, I'm in good hands.